And a very good morning to you. This is the Talk of the Town. My guest this morning is the youthful Tharaka Nanayakkara, the SJB chairman of the youth wing. Oh no, the Young Lawyers movement, isn't it?
Correct.
Chairman of that. And the deputy chair of the SJB youth wing. So how was it then, the rally? Satisfied?
Definitely for us, as we believe May Day is showing solidarity to our working workforce of this nation and to our trade unions. And I think we did it right and we have achieved its purpose.
And who had the biggest rally then?
I believe we did.
Right.
We had the best crowd. SJB definitely had the grandest May Day celebration and the march. I think it was a very successful.
What about the
event.
Ratu Sahodarayos?
Ratu Sahodarayo has always managed to do a show of heads when it comes to May Day, not now, even during Vijay Veera's time, and then after a show of heads also they end up at 3% in the national poll. So I do not wish to comment much
More than that. Right. But, the time will tell, isn't it? But, the youth out there, what do you think tickles their fancy the most? What is it?
Well, youth is very different to what we saw 5 years ago, much more different to what we saw 10 years ago. I believe youth are the first to stand up for the right thing. You saw that at the Aragalaya, where the country was going in the total wrong direction, put in misery by a president who did not know what he was supposed to do. Youth took the lead. I was one of the council who represented them at the Mirihan incident, the very first time they protested in front of sitting president's residence. And so I saw from that moment it was not organized, it was not politically led. It was motivated by a sheer love for this country, a great sense of patriotism, and that's how youth lead. I believe they must be given the chance to, of course they must be guided, but they must be given the chance to lead the change that this country so badly requires.
And what issues would you say is top of the list for the youth? Is it better economic management, or is it better environmental protection, equality for all? What do you think? Is there any one of these things that...
Firstly, for us, I think given the dire straits that we are facing, first top priority would be economic management. But having said that, not at the cost of rights, not at the cost of equality, not at the cost of environment. The development must be sustainable. Economy must be sustainably developed. And of course, having the right regard for the rights.
Right.
That's what I believe.
And last and final question. What about the Express Pearl disaster? What do you think should happen? It's an environmental problem. You're youthful. What do you think should be happening?
For us, definitely we must push for the highest compensation possible. I believe government has already instituted action in Singapore courts, environmental damages suit. But the damage that has been done to the environment cannot be corrected by a financial claim or a financial award. But yet for all, we must pursue that so that it will be a deterrent at least. But we must, as a country, assess the impact of this great disaster, see how best we can support the regrowth of the damaged marine environment. It is a process. It can't be humanly engineered, I believe, but it's a process. We must facilitate that process and make sure that we have sufficient legal framework and sufficient precedents, making Express Pearl a precedent in itself, to prevent or deter these kind of disasters in the future.
Tharaka Nanayakkara, thank you very much for being on the Talk of the Town. It's now time to rejoin Domina Sanka on that wonderful Morning Fix.